Welcome back to No Buy 2025. Today, I'm going to be talking about my 2024 favorites. So if you're curious to hear what those are, then please stick around and keep on watching. Hi everyone, you've seen this outfit, you've seen this makeup. I just did my Beautylish unboxing, so if you want to know what I got this year, go check out that video. I'm gonna post that one first. Since I filmed one video, it kind of inspired me to keep on going. So I decided I was not gonna do a 2024 favorites or most used because I didn't feel like I had that much, and I don't have that much. And then I saw earlier today, for me, Lauren May Beauty post her top 10 products of 2024, and I just watched a few other videos where people are not breaking down 100 products that all released last year, and they're just truly talking about the few that they consistently used. And I was like, you know what? I think this is still a valid video to make. Yes, it's not going to be filled with a ton of newest and greatest and latest and all of that. I just wanted to share with you guys the products that really caught my eye this year, and I just kept reaching for over and over and over. 2024 was a year where I actually took at least a 3-month, if not longer, hiatus from YouTube. And throughout the majority of the summer and other pockets of the year, I virtually didn't wear makeup at all. So for me to even have products that I really gravitated towards over and over and over again was not something at first I was going to have. And then I kept thinking about it for several weeks now. I was like, but there was this that I used nonstop, and there was this that I fell in love with this year. So before we jump in, let me quickly introduce myself. If you guys are new to my channel, then first of all, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Hi and welcome. My name is Natalia. I'm a concert pianist who loves all things makeup and beauty, and I've accumulated so much of it that I decided to do a no buy year in 2025. So my channel is primarily going to focus on makeup I already own and different ways of trying to rotate it, use more of it. So I'm going to be doing project pans, shop my stashes, all sorts of other little fun ways to encourage me to keep track of my usage in some areas of my makeup collection. So if you enjoy that type of content and you need a community where we all support one another on our no buy and low buy journeys, or we just love makeup, then I hope you will subscribe, join us here. And for those of you coming back, thank you as always so much for being here. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Let's talk about some of the makeup products that I just couldn't stop using in 2024. So as I mentioned before, I didn't even wear makeup on the regular in 2024. However, when I would, there was definitely a group of products that I was pulling for nonstop. And today I wanted to discuss the ones that I discovered or rediscovered specifically in 2024. I have a couple of products that I've had, definitely one actually for a very long time, that I rediscovered in 2024 and then just couldn't stop using. Everything else I either got in 2024 or I got probably in 2023, but never really truly tested it out enough. So it's a bit of a mishmash. I'm not putting eyeshadow palettes in here because I do plan on doing a ranking of all the eyeshadow palettes I tried in 2024. So we're not going to do that today. We're just going to do everything else. I'm going to group the first two together. It's the Natasha Denona Concealer and Corrector. I definitely used these two products the most from all of my base products. This corrector I think works great for me. This is the C1 shade, and I think I've talked about it before, but when I was in really big hurry or doing my makeup on the run, on the go, I wouldn't even bother putting concealer on top of this. I would just dab a little bit of this on the corners of my eyes where I have the darkest, where I need to hide the dark circles, so to speak, and then I would blend out whatever is left, and that was good enough. I didn't even need anything else. And then the actual concealer, which I have in N1, I first tried using it as a concealer, and I found that to be a little too full coverage and too heavy for me, just because my aging eyes cannot take anything heavy anymore, like my skin down here. But I loved this as foundation. So quick, so easy, very good coverage, which makes it faster and easier, easy to blend. I didn't need a lot of product, and just super, super convenient. Like, the convenience was a big factor in how I use my makeup in 2024, and this definitely was super convenient. It's small, it's compact, it has the doe foot. I could just draw it straight on my face, go in with my sponge, done. I didn't need to pump anything out. This was definitely a win for me in 2024, both of these products. In fact, it's probably going to be really hard for me to not pull for just these, considering I have other things that I want to go through in my project pan, in my shop my stashes, because I always think to use these first. A random thing that I thought I'd mention, because I have been using it so much, and I have another mini that I'm excited to use after this from a Sephora favorite set, is a mascara. This is the Lancome Lashy Doll. It's not one I thought I would really like. It's like the plastic wand, and it has this, slightly curved shape, but I've been really enjoying it. Also, so easy and fast to use. Maybe not the most va-va-voom lashes, but I can build it up if I need that. My biggest thing is mascara tends to smudge on me, and this one doesn't do that. So that's already a huge win in my book. There was another one that I tried this year that I can't find anywhere recently. I think I have another mini of it, and I think it's the Fan Fest. I'll have to try it again and make sure I am right. Yeah, I think it's the Benefit Fan Fest. I liked that one too, but I don't have an open one right now because I lost it somewhere. So I used to actually use those two together. I would do the Vava Voom with the Benefit, and then I would go in with this afterwards for a little bit more definition. But now that I don't have that other one, I'm just trying to use this one up, and I'm very happy that I have another one of these minis. A product that I didn't purchase in 2024, it came in a set, but I started using more and more in 2024, and it's actually in my project pan for 2025, is this Westman Atelier contour stick. I've really grown to like this, and I've noticed that I want to use it more and more. I think it's because I am very, very fair. I am a neutral undertone for the most part. A lot of bronzing and contour products, unless they are specifically made with a cooler undertone, pull orangey, yellowy, reddy on me, and this one doesn't, and I really like that. Plus, the formula is very easy to blend out. It's very creamy. I like the fact that it's in a stick. Again, super easy and convenient for me when I am on the go. I can just draw it on and then blend it either with a brush or with my sponge. A lot of times I will just bring a damp sponge that I'll wrap in a paper towel and throw in my makeup bag, and then the minimal amount of brushes when I know I'll be doing makeup on the run. A product like this has been really, really convenient, and it's also very well done. Like, it's a great formula. It's not too creamy where it blends away at all. It's actually quite a dense, thick formula, but it blends with a little bit of patience. It blends and it does not like dry too quickly. I can do whatever spots on my face I need and then just go in one spot at a time and still manage to blend everything out. So that is a huge win in my book when I don't have to babysit a product. We are now entering the blush portion of this video. This part of the video is sponsored by blush. This blush I can't remember when I purchased. It's the Say. These are the Glow Sculpt blushes, I think, by Say, and I have the one in Mauve Glow. This is the only shade I have. I really wanted to buy more during the Sephora sale back in, I don't think it was the one in November, I think it was the one in December, because these blushes were on sale, and then they had like a sale on sale promotion, and I was this close, but it was fairly close to my no buy, and I reminded myself of just how much new blush I currently have, and I did not click checkout. They were in my cart. 2 shades were in my cart. I really enjoy this blush. I can't say these blushes because this is the only one I have. First of all, this is a beautiful color, this mauve, because it's a deeper mauve where somebody like me has to go in with a light hand, which means I assume this will show up on many different skin tones. As it says, it is a glowy blush, right? Because they even call this the Glow Sculpt. It's glowy blush where it doesn't look like a highlighter yet, but it's kind of on the way there for me. So it's one that I will wear when I really do want a super glowy cheek. I think this is quite glowy, and I understand we all have a little bit of a different definition of what a glowy cheek means to us. There's some products that people say, oh, these are like glowy or dewy or whatever, and I put them on and I'm like, where? these barely look satin on me. So I understand it's, you know, it's different for everybody, but for me, this is one I would pull when I really want a glowy cheek. Really enjoyed this one in 2024. Would have loved to have more shades, but I resisted, and now of course I would have to wait until 2026 if I choose to go off of my no buy at that point. A blush that my friend Kelly from Keep Beauty Real, I mention Kelly in every video because Kelly is a very dear friend and she's very knowledgeable about makeup, and she has gifted me a few really special pieces of makeup. One of them is the Danessa Myrix blush. This is the Yummy Skin line, and this is in Rosé and Brunch. So this was the very first one and the only one I had for a while. Kelly gifted it to me a while back, and I think I finally busted into it either late summer or early fall, and for like 2 months I could not put this thing down. It's an incredible blush. What I like about this cream blush, and what I've noticed in general I tend to like about cream blushes, is that it's not the super emollient slippy kind. So to me, it's almost, for my dry skin, a hybrid, a cream blush, but one that sets down. Because of that, I think it looks really natural on the skin. It sinks into the skin just right. It doesn't sit on top of the skin, but it also doesn't completely blend away where you have to sit and build it up for a half an hour. Love this formula. Love this formula. I think it's just so easy to use. I can again do this with a sponge if that's all I have. I can do this with any brush. I've tried so many brushes in a pinch, and as long as, you know, it's dense enough to pick up at least some amount of product, it works. I loved this one so much that during the holiday sale that Sephora had, they had a little gift set with 2 full size of these and 2 minis, and I got it. So I can't really say yet from these what are going to be my favorite shades. I think for now, Rosé and Brunch is still my favorite. It is possibly what made me get back on the more pinky mauve train. I used to love pinky mauves, and I wouldn't consider this necessarily a full-on pinky mauve at all, but it's leaning more towards that than it is towards some of these other colors that I own. So for now, this is still my favorite shade. I have tried Jubilee, which is a little bit more peach, a little bit more natural peach as opposed to the pinky rosé color. I remember enjoying it, but I haven't tried it enough to really know if it's ever going to steal the spotlight from Rosé and Brunch. And I have not tried a few of these. Like, I still haven't tried this deep Dancing Queen shade. I'm excited to actually sometime this winter. It would probably would have gone really well with this look, especially because it matches the sleeves of my outfit. These are, I'm sure, going to continue being 2025 favorites, especially because I'm not actually going to be buying new blushes, but I'm so excited because I feel like I have so many new products to test out that I have a feeling I'm not really going to be missing all that much during this no buy year. I still have so much fun makeup to play with. But for 2024, Rosé and Brunch. Rosé and Brunch was probably, even out of all of these blushes that I'm mentioning, no, not probably, definitely the most used blush of 2024 for me. And I started using it, as I said, in late summer, early fall. So that tells you something. And then around the same time, Sarah Rose, whose channel I will make sure to link, I met her at Creators and Friends a year and a half ago, whatever, basically December of 2023. She was moving and giving away some makeup, and I asked her for her Lawless cream blushes, whatever shades she was giving away. And I'll be honest, I love all of them. I do. I love all of them. I was sitting, because they're all in my blush drawer here, I was sitting before this video and trying to figure out which ones did I use the most. And honestly, I can't even say. I feel like I used the majority of them equally. If I remember correctly, because it was still very warm when I first started using these blushes, the first one I fell in love with was Starburst. Because I do gravitate towards these more nectarine and peach colored blushes in the summer. However, I also got two very bright shades, and immediately the one that caught my attention was this cherry pie shade. So I really enjoyed that one too, but I used this one less, and I also had this bright pink Valentine shade. Also beautiful. Probably this is the one I've used the least so far, but cherry pie I used quite a lot. I would even mix it with these other shades. Starburst was the one that made me fall in love with the formula and these blushes. And then, did it come in a set? Did I buy it? I think I bought this one during the Sephora sale. This is in Rosebud, because by then I fell back in love with Pinky Mauves, and I really would love all of them, but I held back because I already had 4 shades. Because I also have Angel. Maybe, is it possible that Angel is the one that I purchased? This one I've used a lot, but I have 5 of them. I love all 5. The ones I pull for the most, just because I'm, you know, more neutral, is Rosebud and Angel. The one that made me fall in love with them, as I mentioned, is Starburst, and then I showed you before those 2 really bright ones. A very old product that became viral, I think in 2023 or 2024. They've repackaged this product at least once, if not twice by now, but I realized I have it, so why not try it and hopefully use it this time around, because it's just been sitting around for years. Is the Urban Decay, the Moondust shadows, I think is what they're called, right? This is the Space Cowboy shade. I have no idea if the formula is the same. I don't even know if the color is exactly the same, because as I said, I have the really, really old one. But whatever formula this is and whatever color this is, I'm enjoying it just fine. So even if it is not the viral one, I don't care. That the virality of it made me reach for mine, and I'm so glad that that happened. I just recently talked about in my Shop My Stash video that I actually did with Kelly that my go-to easy look when I don't have time for an eyeshadow palette is a Bobbi Brown stick, and then throw this with my finger on top, and it's beautiful every time. It's foolproof, it's easy, it's convenient. We're seeing a theme here, right? I have a feeling that's going to roll into 2025. I use a lot of lip products this year. I didn't use up a lot, and I can't find a few of my favorites, so I apologize. I can't find a clearance one that I was using a lot. I don't know what pocket or what handbag that is in. I was using one of the Ole Henriksen balms that a friend of mine gifted me quite a lot this year. In some pocket or some handbag, probably. I looked before this video, but I couldn't find it. So we're going to talk about the ones that I can find. One that I, again, don't remember if I've had since 2023 or not, but I definitely started using it and fell in love with it in 2024, is this Blend Bunny Bring the Juice tinted lip oil, and I have it in Juicy. You can see I've definitely been enjoying it. I think they had a sale on these in 2020, at the end of 2024, and I wanted to buy some, and then I got distracted and forgot, unfortunately. And now, of course, I can't, but that's okay. I still have a little bit of this. This is the only one I have. I purchased, when I bought this, I purchased 2 of their lip products. This Bring the Juice, and they had a different formula, and that one I did not enjoy, and I can't remember if I gave it away or decluttered it or what I did with it. But this one I really love. I like that it adds just the right amount of color. Like it definitely has color, so you don't want to like just spread it out everywhere, because you will look very weird. It adds just enough color. I really like this bright shade. I wore this a lot in the summer. Even when I wasn't wearing makeup, I would just do this. I like the fact that it smells really nice, that it tastes nice, that it doesn't have any chemical tasting things happening. That's a big thing for me when it comes to lip products. I don't want to be tasting things. Like, for example, I have in my bag the, what's that viral, is it the Summer Fridays? Is that the brand I'm thinking of? They came out with with a balm in, you know, in the tubes, and it was like a coffee or a cappuccino or something. It's too much. It has to be the right amount. Like, I'm okay with a little bit of taste, but it has to be light and airy. Same with smell. I don't want it to, you know, I don't want to smell it on me all day, but I'd like the application process to be nice, you know, that experience of it. So I've really enjoyed it. It's not a thin formula. It's not a thick formula. It's kind of somewhere in between. The only thing I didn't like about it initially, but it's now eased up just because I've been using it so much. When I first started using it, this was so hard to open, and actually when I would finally open it, the product would like splatter all over me. Thankfully, either I got a hang of it or it stopped doing that. Yeah, I really have enjoyed this. A product I got towards the end of the year, and I know a lot of people have talked about it, and I went through a little mini of their classic rose shade or whatever and loved it. I just hated the mini because the applicator was so tiny. You had to dip in multiple times. I finally got a full size of the Lawless Forget the Filler gloss, and I opted to do this beautiful cherry shade. I think it's even called like cherry vanilla. Yeah, really like this. I like the formula. I already knew I liked the formula from using up that other mini, but I like the color. I love this new applicator. I think the experience of using it is so much nicer. If we were to compare, this is more runny and liquidy and thin, and this coats your lips and lasts a little bit longer. A Merit lipstick. It's the only one I have, and this one really surprised me, and I've used this quite a bit, especially for such a bright shade. I purchased this for my birthday. I wanted to get my Sephora birthday gift, and they now have this policy where you need to purchase something in order to get that gift, I guess, unless you maybe go in store. So I bought this signature matte lip lipstick in Vermilion from Merit, and I really like the formula, but also this shade. It's like a bricky red, almost like slightly muted red, and I don't feel like I have anything quite like this. I love red lipstick, but most of the ones I have are brighter and poppier and just punchier on the lips, and I think this one's really classy and refined. Really enjoyed this lipstick and used it a lot this year. But I think the lip product that I used the most has to be this Yves Saint Laurent, the Candy Glazes. And this one is in number 15. I don't know what that shade is called. I can, of course, look it up and hopefully remember to put it on the screen. It is this beautiful nude with maybe a hint of pink, although I want to say it's mostly just, I guess I should have swatched some of these for you guys. Wow, Natalia, as always, just killing it at this whole YouTube thing. These take forever to roll up and down, but I just want to show you guys. I want to bring the point home. This is what we've got left. And those of you who have a lot of lip products, you know that is a lot of usage in less than a year. I was using this non-stop all of spring for sure. I want to say I started using this like late winter, and then all of spring and into summer, this was my go-to. So here's the shade. Let me also swatch the Merit. So there's that red lipstick, the Vermilion. And let me also swatch the glosses for you. I mean, I guess they're technically, what are they, glosses? Are they balms? Are they oils? To me, honestly, I know people say they're different. So this one is Cherry Vanilla from Lawless. Wow, they look almost identical as far as shades. That's really funny. I think this one is a bit more pink, like bright pink. This is the Blend Bunny right here. And Cherry Vanilla, of course, is also pink, but it has a little bit of like a pinky coral something going on there. Whereas this, I think, is just a straight up pink. So those were the 4 most used lip products, with the exception of the couple that I can't seem to find. That's it. That's all I wanted to talk to you guys about. The blushes. I forgot to mention one other blush, and I don't even know how I forgot, because it is the only blush pretty much I have been using since I purchased it in the Sephora holiday sale. The Merit, what are these blushes called? I never know, but you guys know which one I'm talking about. The one in Bespoke. I bought the set, the holiday set, and I like all of these. I really like the darkest shade for certain occasions, but the one I have been gravitating towards is this one in Bespoke. I also realized I didn't swatch any of the blushes for you guys, so I don't know if you would want me to, but let's quickly do it. So here's Bespoke. I absolutely love this shade. It's in my project pan. I think with the mocha trend, this is going to be a really good one. Let me go back and quickly show you guys the Danessa Myrix, the Rose and Brunch. Obviously, I don't apply it like that to my cheeks, but I just wanted you to see the shade. The Say one, there's that right there. I don't know if you can see the formula difference and the glow and the shine that I was talking about before. And let me quickly swatch the Lawless blushes for you. So this is Angel, Rosebud. I don't have a type at all. Of course not. And Starburst, the very first one that I fell in love with. So this one is going to be quite different. I know the rest of them are like Natalia. They basically look the same. So there's that. And then I have Valentine. This is the one I used the least. However, Cherry Pie was one I used quite a lot, and I would mix this. Interestingly enough, I even would wear these two together a lot, and I thought they looked great. Can't remember if I also tried this combination. It's a very forgiving color once it's on the cheeks and works, plays well with others. It is a team player. Let's see, what else have I not swatched? I mean, I didn't swatch anything, but since I'm already here, let's do the Westman Atelier. So you guys can see what I meant by the cool undertone, right? So there's that. We already have the lip products here. I don't know where in the video this is going to go on because I already turned my phone off and everything and then realized I forgot to talk about the Merit, and we couldn't have that because Danessa Myrix and Merit. Oh, and Lawless. Yeah, I think those are the three standouts. Like if I had to, I should have ranked these. If I had to rank these products, oh my goodness. Okay, I think if I had to rank these products, just because I would not wear the contour and the red lip as often, I would do this in whatever 12th place or however many products we've got going on here. So last place, then I would rank the Merit lipstick, then probably the mascara, just because I'm sure I could think of other mascaras I also enjoyed. This just happened to be the one I liked the most in 2024. Then the Moondust Shadow. Oh goodness. The Say Blush. Blend Bunny. But I used it more. But I got this a lot later. Blend Bunny. Then the Lawless. Then... my God, this is going to be hard because it's like, how do you choose between a blush and a lip product? I think it was the year of the blush. So I think my top 3 blushes have to be the top 3 products. So then the Yves Saint Laurent, and this is where it gets really tough. Whew, oh my goodness. I think only because the Lawless is easier for me to use on the go because it has its own mirror and I don't have to unscrew things. I think Merit would go in the 3rd place because first of all, I've had it the least amount of time. And secondly, I don't know, I guess, again, ease of use thing. And it's a more peculiar shade that I just happen to really love right now. But who knows how long that will last and if it's a phase or not. And then Danessa, only because I think of all of this. Because honestly, I like all 3 formulas. And finally, the Lawless blush might be my favorite product of 2024. Oh my goodness. I was not planning on ranking this, clearly. Like I jumped back on camera just to show you the Merit. And as always with me, things take a turn. We swatched, we ranked, and now we're gonna say goodbye, probably. I'll probably throw this in like right before I say goodbye to you guys. So I'm so sorry. This video is a mess, just like my brain, but hopefully you're here for it, and I'm gonna get off camera before I embarrass myself any further. I could have definitely talked about other things that I used, but I didn't keep pulling for them over and over and over and over again. And most of these products at some point or other lived in my makeup bag. Let me know, what did you use the most? Were you also a lot more minimal with your makeup? Did you pull for a lot of the same, or are you more of a rotate through your collection type of person? Thank you so much for hanging out with me and talking talking about my favorites of 2024. I hope that you guys are all doing really well, that you are continuing to stay safe and healthy. Take care of yourselves and those around you, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye guys.